Have you ever just stopped and wondered, what is everything actually made of? I mean, your phone, the air you're breathing, even the stars. It all comes down to just a few basic types of building blocks. And today, we're going to figure out exactly what they are. So let's dive right in.
So, what if I told you that this entire unbelievably complex universe was basically built from just a handful of fundamental pieces? It almost sounds like science fiction, right? But nope, that's pretty much the core idea of all of chemistry.
You know, the best way to wrap your head around this is to think of the universe as the world's most epic, most incredible Lego set. We're given all the pieces, and the rules of chemistry show us exactly how they snap together to build, well, everything. And today, you and we're going to become master builders.
All right, so every good construction set starts with the most basic pieces, right? The individual bricks. For us, that's level 1, getting to know atoms and elements.
So, the single most fundamental piece in our entire kit is the atom. The easiest way to picture it, it's like one single Lego brick. It's the absolute smallest possible unit of a substance you can have. You just can't break it down any further than that.
Okay, so what happens when you get a whole bunch of the exact same kind of atom all together in one place? Well, then you've got an element. An element is a pure substance. So if an atom is one red Lego brick, an element is like having a giant pile of only red Lego bricks and nothing else.
Copper is a perfect real-world example. That shiny metal you see in electrical wires or in an old penny, that's an element. It is made of trillions and trillions of identical copper atoms, and absolutely nothing else. You can't break it down into anything simpler, because it's already one of those basic building blocks.
Okay, so we've got our individual pieces down, but this is where things get really, really cool. It's when we start snapping different pieces together. So, welcome to level 2, compounds.
A compound is what you get when atoms from different elements link up and form a chemical bond. Now, this isn't just, tossing them in a bucket together. This is like taking a red Lego brick and a blue Lego brick and hearing that satisfying click as they lock together to become a brand new single piece. That click, that's the chemical bond.
And this right here really shows the magic of chemistry. Let's take water, H2O. You take 2 hydrogen atoms, which is an invisible gas, and you bond them with 1 oxygen atom, which is also an invisible gas. And what do you get? A completely new substance, liquid water. The properties are totally different, and that chemical bond holding them together, it is super, super strong.
All right, we've covered the individual bricks, and we've covered the creations you can make when you click them together, but what if you just dump all the pieces into the same toy box? Well, that brings us to level 3, mixtures.
A mixture is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's when you have different substances, could be elements, could be compounds, all just hanging out in the same place. But the crucial part is they are not chemically bonded. They haven't clicked together. They're just sharing the same container, like a big jumble of different Legos all tossed into a box.
Think about salt water for a second. You stir some salt, which is a compound, in some water, which is another compound. Boom! You've just made a mixture. There's no new substance being formed here. The water is still water. The salt is still salt. That's why you can still taste the saltiness and feel the wetness of the water. They're just physically mixed together.
And because nothing is chemically locked together, you can usually separate mixtures pretty easily. Just imagine you've got a bowl of trail mix. You can see the nuts, you can see the raisins, you can see the little chocolate pieces. You don't need some complex chemical reaction to separate them. You can literally just use your hands and pick them out. Each piece stays exactly what it was to begin with.
So this brings us to what is probably the most important distinction of all. Seriously, people get these two mixed up all the time. So let's put them head-to-head in the ultimate showdown, compound versus mixture.
Okay, look, here's the bottom line. On the left, with compounds, the pieces click together with a chemical bond to form a brand new thing with new properties. On the right, with mixtures, the pieces are just tossed in the same box. They're blended, not bonded. They all keep their original properties. That's really it.
All right, let's make sure all this information gets locked in. It is time for the final recap, the Master Builder's cheat sheet.
This table just lays it all out perfectly. Elements are pure substances like that pile of copper atoms. Compounds are chemically bonded to make something totally new, like water. And mixtures are just physically blended together, like salad dressing. So just remember, pure, bonded, or blended. That's the whole story.
And with that, congratulations! You now understand the fundamental rules of the entire universe's construction set. You officially get the difference between the basic pieces, the snap-together creations, and the jumbled-up toy box.
So I'll leave you with one final challenge. Go ahead and look around the room you're in right now. Can you spot one element, one compound, and one mixture? Just give it a try. I think you'll be surprised by what you find. Thanks for joining me for this explainer.